All right, guys, so today we have Bob here going to chat about opinions. This is our opinion day.
Okay.
So,
Bob has many of those.
yes, looking forward to hearing them. So first things first, Bob, tell me about your opinion of lazy people and how can we compare them or not compare them to toddlers?
Lazy people. Well, we weed through them very fast because they don't seem to make it in the construction field, at least around us. We move at a pretty good clip. The problem that we do have is because we all know that we're trying to hire people, we get people that don't show up when they say they're going to be there for the first day. People that tend to be on their phones. For the most part, we're getting, and this is not just us, we talk to all the other contractors, it's hard to find good help right now. Because I think everyone's gotten used to at least doing without, maybe whatever their circumstances is, they don't seem to want to work that much anymore.
So what are some ways that contractors can compare to a toddler?
Well, my granddaughter's got about the same attention span as some of the guys that come out. We give them a job to do, and within 5-10 minutes, I notice they're not doing the job. They're talking on their phone. They're hiding in a corner. Normally it's the phone situation. I don't know if they're playing games on it or checking their emails or whatever. But we started the guys at 8, and this is by 8:30, 8:45. So it's not like it's after a long, hard day or lunchtime where I ask the guys, hey, unless they got kids or family that they have to keep the phone on, keep it in your pocket. I'm not paying you to be on the phone.
Yep. So maybe by 8:30 they're checking their Tinder profiles and sliding right or left.
Could be their Bimba or whatever the other stuff is. I don't know. All I know is they're more interested in that phone than actually performing on the job site.
Awesome. Or not awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, when you do find a good guy, we try to keep them. We try to pamper them as best we can, and you can't teach motivation. No, that's the problem. I don't care what you do. They either want to work and be there, or there's nothing. I could pay them $50 an hour, and within a couple of days, they would have the same work ethic if they don't have it,
It's you either have it or you don't.
Yep.
Awesome. So how does that turn into, like, what fires you up when it comes to contractors? What's the good, the bad, the ins and outs?
The contractors, most of our contractors are actually in pretty good shape. We've had the tendency to weed them out already. We've got some great subs. The ones that aren't, same thing when they're relying on guys. They promise you they're not going to, or they're going to be there on a day, and they don't show up. Because then it throws all of our schedules off. I mean, say we have a plumber who's very good, but if he doesn't show up, he's not in time, or if he's behind, then it screws up the HVAC contractor because he can't run his stuff, or they're tripping over each other. So getting good subs together and working together is the best. And there's accidents. We had an incident a while back that one of our HVAC guys cut a wire still in there. So normally the electrician's like, hey, whatever, we'll fix it. We're going to be there tomorrow anyhow. This particular one wanted to charge us for it. But like the heating guy said, that's cool, but you're using all my cutouts through the gable end. So, it's important to have subs that can work together, because if not, you have a toddler situation. And with that being said, it's just hard on everyone. Everyone's here to do a job and to make money, and we understand that. And the more enjoyment you can have on the job, the easier it should become.
Yeah, I totally agree. So I heard you say that, when the guy cut the wire but wanted you to pay for it, how did you navigate that?
We told him we would. I mean, the HVAC guy that actually cut it said he would. But like I told him, you're using the holes that the electrician or the heating guy cut anyhow. So now he's got to cut new holes. So now you're costing him money. It's a simple, yeah, it was in the rough-in stage. It literally took them 5 minutes. He wanted to charge me a service call, you know, and it's just like, it doesn't work that way. Your guys are already here because they didn't finish last night. It's not like you made a special trip back.
Right.
So that's fine. If that's the way you want to play it, we'll pay you, and so be it. But it, like I said, it's the unity thing. I mean, if it happens more than once, I understand the electrician or anyone, you know, maybe it was a plumbing line that got cut, you know, on the next one. But I try to get guys that can work together, talk it out, and including me. That makes it just easier for everyone. And you know, some of these jobs on new construction are pretty tight. There's not a whole lot of money these guys are making, so if they get charged an exorbitant fee for something silly, they're actually, you know, they're losing their profit.
Yeah. And that's a really good point. So people think that, you know, when you rehab a house, you're making 50 to 60,000 on a rehab when you resell it. That's not usually the case.
Well, you know, it's not. I remember back, I'm from Indiana, my first big room addition I did in Indiana. I gave him a bid, stuck to my bid. I lost $500 on the whole job, and I didn't pay myself at all. But that comes down to name and reputation. I misbid it. It was nothing the homeowners did.
Yep.
So, but everyone's under the philosophy that contractors are just filthy rich, and you know, some of us, some people, some contractors are, some aren't. But if they are, it's because they worked their butt off and they made the money. It's not like someone handed it to them and, you know, we sit around and play with gold bars all day.
Right.
It's just, you know, it's a work in progress.
Totally. So speaking of rehab projects, I've noticed you guys, I saw some new faces at the construction site. How is that momentum going?
We've got one new guy, a lead guy, a good carpenter, been doing it. Him in particular, he was building actually houses by himself. So he's a great guy. He doesn't know how to take all of us because he's used to talking to him and the voices in his head all the time. Now there's actually people to talk to on the job site, but no, he's a great guy. And it's what we're trying to do now is, because once again, I like to be in the field, and we do have a young laborer who's going to school. So we're trying not to just use him to clean up garbage and everything. Yes, that's part of his job, but we try to get tools in his hand. He is already capable of using them. So we're trying to teach him our ways and how to do it, because hopefully he sticks around and he furthers betters that us for that. So like today, in between doing this, I'm working with one guy. We're building the front wall, and the other two are building the back wall, and we'll meet somewhere in the middle. We actually had to pull this house in. There was an addition hanging off of it, so it was 2 inches out of plumb. So we actually pulled that back, and now we're trying to keep it there and get it all set back up. But when the four of us are working together, it works out great. Sometimes when the new guy's trying to take care of the other two when I'm not there, he can't really do his job because he's showing everyone how to do it. So that's all trying to get our unity back together. Once again, add another person or two into that mix, then it makes it easier on everyone. And I mean, we work at a decent pace, but we have fun doing it. There's always a radio on. There's always some smack talk going on between the guys. It's just, and that's the environment we try to have is, you know, if it's fun going to work, then your day goes by and everyone has a decent time. We get the product we need, the guys get paid, we make money at the end. It's all about unity and, like I said, having fun.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Bob, for sharing these insights with us. I loved hearing about the momentum, hearing the opinions on lazy folks, and happy to hear that some of us have a longer attention span than that of a 2-year-old.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, I'm already teaching the granddaughter how to use the screw gun, so if she decides, not pushing, but if she ever decides to come out and help Papa out on the field, she'll be rearing to go.
Awesome. Thanks,
Thanks.
Bob.